Woof, woof, woof. Somebody call the police. Somebody call the dog pound. Rick Steiner has been kidnapped to end NXT 2.0. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling, here to review the WWE NXT 2.0 episode from the 5th of April. And what an ending to this show. Absolutely epic. Rick Steiner popping up on the big screen, locked in a cage with rope tied around him. We'll get more on that towards the end here, but fucking hell, that ending was insane. Was not expecting that at all. I missed the opening 10 minutes of the show, but in the first 10 minutes, Walter, or Gunther, whatever he's called these days, came out. He challenged Braun Breaker to a match tonight, and Braun Breaker decided to put the title on the line. Even though he's been in a lot of wars with Dolph Ziggler over the past few days, Braun Breaker is a fighting champion, and he agreed to fight Gunther in the main event tonight for his belt. Then, speaking of fighting, there was a brawl between the Creed brothers and the other two members of Imperium, Aichner and Marcel. This led to a tag team match. The Creed brothers won after Marcel appeared to just walk out on his teammate, or was it Aichner that walked out? I think it was Fabian Aichner that walked out. Regardless, he walked out, he abandoned his teammate. The Creed brothers won, and it looks like they will be next in line for a shot against MSKU, or the tag team champs, whatever they're called. But before they could celebrate, the Creed brothers get attacked from behind. A couple of guys that look like they're from Lord of the Rings or something. They took their masks off and they look like they're from the fucking Lord of the Rings. They both look the exact same, only hair colours different. Apparently, they're from NXT UK, which you could not pay me to watch. So yeah, I've no idea who they are. Then we had Cameron Grimes come out, talked about winning the NXT American title and how it meant a lot to win this for his dad. He was then confronted by Siko Solomo, the Samoan dude. He wants a title shot, and they agree to have a match next week, and they have a face-off. So, I mean, so far it wasn't the greatest at NXT, but it gets better, guys. Trust me, it gets better. Then we had Dexter Lumis versus Duke. I'm not too sure what the other guy's called. Duke. They basically have a brawl. It ends in a double count out when both guys can't get back in the ring, even though their respective partners are trying to help them. And then it ends with PLC and Duke making it. So it looked a bit phony, but I mean, it is what it is. Up next, we had Toxic Attraction versus Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. Rematch for Stand and Deliver. Titles on the line. And this match was better than the match they had at Stand and Deliver. It was actually really good. Fun match. Interference. You had Wendy Chu came out, but before she could get involved, Mandy Rose comes from behind, throws her into the ring apron, then slings her into the steel steps, takes care of her. Raquel Gonzalez was selling an injury throughout the whole match. Toxic Attraction worked on the leg. They hit their double team maneuver, and they managed to defeat Raquel Gonzalez to become tag team champions for the second time. We then went to see him backstage. Dakota Kai was extremely pissed off. She was smashing shit up and said that Mandy Rose is not safe. It then got announced later that she would be facing Mandy Rose next week for the Women's Championship. So I think they announced 3 title matches for next week. Tag titles, Women's title, and NXT North American title. So a shitload of title matches. We had 2 title matches this week, and it looks like we're getting 3 next week. So lots of title matches here on NXT. Mandy and the other 2 members of Toxic Attraction, GJ and GACY, or whatever her name is, celebrated, and they left the arena with all the belts. Then we had Tony D'Angelo and AJ Galante come out, and he made him the official new Dawn of NXT. So basically, he's the new man, he's the new mafia, he's the new head guy, he's the new boss. But we already knew that. So I thought this segment was a bit stupid. He basically had an image on the Titantron that said D'Angelo was the new Dawn, and then D'Angelo was marking out as if something great had happened, and it was it was nothing special. But yeah, I mean, so then we move on, but D'Angelo is the new Dawn, and he put a ring on his finger. Thought he was going to fucking marry him for a second. Up next, we had big ass Nikita Lyons versus someone whose ass is also pretty big, Lash Legend. They had a really fun, entertaining segment a few weeks ago on Lash Legends TV talk show. So now they were having a match tonight. Pretty competitive match, but Lash Legend lost to Nikita Lyons. Nikita Lyons again winning with her leg drop, ass drop maneuver, putting Lash Legend away, and Nikita Lyons remains undefeated on NXT. And yeah, no, it looks like things are going pretty well for her. But this match was solid, you know. Two inexperienced, two bigger girls going at it, scrapping, and it was pretty fun. It was an exciting match. Then we go backstage. We have D'Angelo. It looks like he's leaving the arena. Santos Escobar comes with his crew, shakes his hand, and he says, "Do you want to know some advice? Being a boss, one boss from another boss?" D'Angelo's like, "Yeah, sure, give me the advice." And Santos Escobar tells him to stay out of his way. So I mean, it kind of gave you like Godfather vibes or Soprano vibes, which is cool. I mean, to me, this is 10 times better than, you know, vanilla midgets in trunks pretending to fight, pretending to wrestle. I would rather see, you know, this over that. For me, this is way better than the NXT black and gold. You've actually got characters. I mean, who cares? Oh, people are complaining that D'Angelo's playing a stupid gangster character. Well, that's better than playing a wrestler, playing a technical wrestler. Technical wrestlers, everybody's gimmick in the indie scenes. At least this guy is, you know, doing his own thing. He's got a character, personality. It's good, in my opinion. But anyway, yeah, it was a fun wee backstage segment. So I don't know, both of these are supposed to be heels. Maybe D'Angelo's going to be turning face soon. I mean, who knows? Could be a feud with Santos Escobar coming up next. But speaking next, it was main event time. It was a Braun Breaker versus Gunther. Now I was a bit surprised that they were having this match, because I thought maybe this would be a match for, like, saved for a pay-per-view, but it wasn't. And they actually had a legit match, and it was a solid main event as well. Braun Breaker was dominating in the early goings, then injured his arm. Gunther took over. Gunther was hitting Braun Breaker with every move in his arsenal. He hit him with a power bomb, hit him with a big splash. He was hitting him with all sorts of chops, all sorts of suplexes, but he could not put Braun Breaker away. Braun Breaker continued to kick out time and time again. Gunther went to the top rope. He made a mistake. He jumped off, and Braun Breaker crashed through him in half with a spear. It was a Goldberg-esque spear. Then Braun Breaker lifted him up, gorilla press slam, and he picked up the 3 count. And to hit that move on someone the size of Gunther, really impressive. Braun Breaker wins the match, retains the NXT Championship, and you thought the show was going to go off there with him celebrating, but it pans to the Titantron, and it's like a face close-up of Rick Steiner, and Rick Steiner says, son, congratulations on your match. And then the camera begins to pan out, and the next minute we see Rick Steiner, he's sitting down, and he's like, he's got this yellow rope tied around his arms and his body so that he can't move, and then it pans out even further, and he's locked in a cage, and then it pans out once more, and we see GACY and the other big fucking freak standing there, and it appears that GACY has kidnapped Rick Steiner, and he then went on to tell Braun Breaker about family and repercussions and stuff like that. And we've got Rick Steiner, you know, just sitting there in the cage, like a caged dog, and Steiner's sitting there, Braun Breaker's looking on, and you know, NXT goes off the air with Rick Steiner kidnapped in a dog cell. So insane stuff, absolutely epic ending. Was not expecting that. I don't even think Braun Breaker was expecting that, but yeah, there you go, guys. Interesting show, some really good matches. Promos weren't really up to scratch, but I mean, the ending for me was really, really enjoyable. I mean, 10 times better than Raw, guys. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. I'm going to give this show a 5 out of 10. I liked the matches were alright, but I thought the promos could have been a bit better. But the ending was spectacular. Did not expect to see Rick Steiner kidnapped in a dog cage. But anyway, guys, that's it. I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Until next time, like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you later. Peace.